Hey everyone, so I'm back with another video, but this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to briefly just talk about self-care. Now, self-care is something that is very near and dear to me because I used to be in a place where I did not take care of myself. And what I mean by that is like I wouldn't take care, how about this? I neglected my mental and emotional health at the expense of helping others, not necessarily intentionally, like, you know, cutting off my arm for you because it's the best thing to do, but I did that because I care about the people who are around me. And you know, of course, when you have, if you're anything like me, if you have a big heart, you know, that's just what you do by nature. However, I noticed that when I did begin to neglect my mental and emotional health, I wasn't of service to anyone, and certainly not myself. I wasn't able to identify how I felt. If somebody asked me, how are you doing today? You know, I couldn't answer them because I was so consumed in, I think I was so clouded and confused, and you know, you just get to this breaking point where, you know, you may end up snapping on people. It's just like, gosh, like it's the worst thing in the world. I didn't have a clear mind. I, you know, began to feel down on myself, and my self-esteem was low, and it was just a mess, okay? All of that is to say that self-care is important, and in this video I'm going to cover why it's important and just like 4 tips to improve your self-care. And I want to go ahead and say that I am no expert by far. I am certainly not an expert, but I have experience, and I definitely want to share it with you guys because it's so easy when you, like I said, when you have a big heart, when you're a caring person, it's so easy to get caught up and, you know, put yourself on the back burner. And I wouldn't want anybody to experience that because it is a breaking point. It's a low point. I can tell you that I think that a lot of people do not like to practice self-care because they may believe that it's being selfish. However, it's not being selfish at all. It's actually the best thing you can do to be of service to your friends and to your family. Self-care definitely helps you become more effective, more energetic, more in tune with your emotions. You can have a clearer mind. You're able to just be more productive. So do not ever think that you're being selfish. You're definitely not being selfish. You need to do this. Like, me personally, I have a self-care day every week, and I mean, people who are closest to me already know what time it is. So, and it's not a thing of being, like I said, being selfish. It's for the benefit of you and the ones that surround you. So my first tip would be to definitely unplug. And if you have to eliminate distractions, you know, for me, I may not be on social media for the entire day, sometimes days at a time. Or, you know, turn off the TV, read a book, you know, go for a walk. I know that me and Chanel, we go on a walk, and Chanel is my dog that doesn't want to move right now. But Chanel and I, we go walk around the block a couple of times, you know, just to get that fresh air, just to get that vitamin D, and, you know, just be out, you know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I don't want to ramble. Take that time to get in touch with yourself and just do you. I mean, just like that. My second tip would be to cut the negative talk and stop beating up on yourself. First off, I am the queen, okay? I used to be the queen of beating up on myself because I felt like I was not achieving things that I was supposed to be achieving. You know how we always say, like, we have this plan, I'm gonna be married by this time, I'm gonna finish school by this time, you know, I'm gonna have kids at this time, blah 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 blah, and have this job. But you know, that's not always the case. I don't know about y'all, but my life certainly did not go according to plan. However, I do believe that everything is intentional, and I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I'm so grateful for every experience that I've had because it has shaped me to the person I am today. If I had not gone through all the crap that I went through, I wouldn't be sitting in front of y'all with this video. You know, to be real, I wouldn't even be able to tell you guys this. So, but you know, ultimately you have a choice. You have a choice whether to loathe around and be upset and have an attitude and all the other type of stuff, or you can just get up, pooch on, and do what you need to do. I know recently I just found out that I didn't get accepted into a school that I really wanted to go to. However, I allowed myself a couple of minutes to, you know, let it out. But I collected myself back up, and it's just like, girl, we're about to just keep moving on. And that takes, don't get me wrong, it's way easier said than done. That takes time. But know that everything's intentional. And, you know, to be honest, I believe that that was protection for whatever I'm supposed to do next in life. But that's just my perspective, y'all. But all in all, don't beat up on yourself, and don't speak negativity to yourself. You turn that around and speak positivity, because your attitude determines your altitude. My mother threw that on me and my sister and brother all of our lives, but that is so true. She was right. So, and I know she's happy to hear me say that if she's watching this. Number 3 would be to say no. Just say no. No. Do you want to go? No. Would you like to? No. And it's so hard. Listen, you cannot please everybody. I have learned that the hard way. I have lost friendships, okay? Learning that, like, and it is what it is. Like, there's no love lost here, but at the same time, you can't. I mean, you can't please everybody. You have to say no. It's important to put those boundaries up. And I'm so grateful for my friend who told me that, because I never really thought about that. Shout out to De'Ara, hey girl. But yes, I'm so thankful that she broke that down and explained that to me, because I had no idea. I mean, like I said, when you have a big heart, you're just giving, yes, yes, yes. But it's okay to say no. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's not your problem, that's theirs. And I mean that in the most respectful way, but at the same time, it's just like, it is what it is, girl. I mean, no. And the more you practice it, the better you'll feel. Trust me. Trust me. Which brings me to tip number 4, and that would be to say yes. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am just now really starting to practice this. And what I mean by saying yes, I mean like saying yes to things that scare you, but you know that it's good for you. So what I mean by that is stepping out of your comfort zone. It is so challenging sometimes to step out your comfort zone. You know, I think it's just the fear of unknowing. I think it's the fear of like, will I fail? Will I accomplish this? And sometimes when you get in that mindset, you don't move at all. You're just still. Whether it's skydiving or taking that new job that you want, or, you know, even stepping out in a relationship, like, you have to live, you have to learn. That's just the rhythm of life, and it is what it is. Tackle your fears, say yes, let's do it. Self-care is something that shouldn't be taken lightly. It's important to make sure that you are nourishing your mental and emotional health, you know, getting in touch and in tune with yourself, what makes you happy, making sure that your self-esteem and your confidence is at its best. And I neglected myself so much for other people's needs that I couldn't even identify what I wanted or what I needed. So I just became frustrated, confused, and clouded, and it just was not a good place. Self-care is not only important for yourself, but it's also important for the people around you, like your friends and family that you love. In order to maintain healthy relationships with them, it's imperative. It is so important that you take care of yourself, because unhealthy relationships can build from there. And to be clear, I think sometimes people think that self-care is something whereas you have to pay for it. So for instance, when I say that, I mean some people believe they have to go out and buy themselves a new car or some material item, or go get a pedicure. And let me tell you something, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you have the funds, do it. I mean, if that's what makes you happy, please do it, but it's not limited to. So whether that's something like take a nap, that's free, or take a bath, or, you know, pop in one of your favorite movies that you have at home, or, I mean, if you want to take yourself to movies, fine, you know, whatever works for you. Going for a walk, participating in community service, journaling, calling a friend, praising yourself when you've reached a goal, or something along the lines of that. I just wanted to make that clear, because sometimes I read different articles and people kind of go down that line, and it's just like, you kind of don't have to do that. But hopefully I made my point across. If I didn't make it clear enough, I'm sorry. You can always comment, and if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer, to explain. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, give it a like. If you don't, you can dislike it. That's totally fine. fine. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to speaking with you guys soon. I'll see you later. Bye.